And welcome back to The Nose Plays Thea 2. During the last video, I had a viewer of mine give me some tips. So we're going to take their advice. Etienne, I guess that's how you would pronounce it, mentioned that we can do something to solve a couple of our issues with our movement being slowed down. One of the things that we can do that I had sort of forgotten about, not here, crafting, there we go, is there is a gathering tool that you can design. And we could just use crappy mats. I think it's called the Scavenger's Aid. The Scavenger's Aid gives you a group carry multiplier. So each character equipped with one of these increases the carry capacity of your entire group. And the nice thing is you can equip these while you're traveling, and then just unequip them for the better gathering tools or crafting tools or whatever once you set camp. It's a little bit micro-intensive to do that, but it does basically solve your problem. And if you use higher quality materials, like say wood, you can get it up to 20%. If we use leather, we could get this up to 22%. If we use, say, like a tier 2 leather, like fur, we could get it all the way up to 40%. And so that we have several different options. Elven wood is another option that we could use. Something like that puts it around 30. But 2 or 3 of these should solve most of our problems for carry capacity. So that's one thing that they mentioned. Another thing that they mentioned that I had sort of forgotten about is the boar. So the boar increases movement speed of characters by 1, and children by default have a smaller movement or shorter movement range than most of the other characters. Unfortunately, I only have 1 boar and I have 2 children, and your party will always travel at the speed of the slowest party member. So moving the boar to one of the children when we only had 1 is a great way to keep your party mobile, and is a pretty good way in the future, if we only have a single child, to not be slowed down. But since we do have 2 children, having the better pets on them is probably preferable. At least in the short term. We'll see what happens. When one of these 2 grow up, we might switch the boar to the last remaining child if we want to get more movement. But most of those were appreciated comments. If you have any comments, please feel free to leave them in the comments section of the previous video, or of this video for the next one. And I try to read and acknowledge any comments. So, that being said, let's figure out what we're doing here. First of all, let's turn on that and zoom in on our map. Okay, so I'm pretty sure the stash of supplies that we dropped off was like over here somewhere. We could head back up there and pick them up, and maybe use them to craft these tools that I'm talking about. We do need to head that direction anyways, and I do have movement to do so. So let's go ahead and move up here.
You come across a small settlement, or at least what typically passes as one for scavengers. It is shabby and dark and smells of rotten flesh.
Alright, so we could fight these guys. It's a level 4 challenge. I'm not sure.
You see people sitting around a
If
badly
I'm
made
ready
fire.
to do that.
There are a few kids, thin, feral looking. Some grown-ups with visible ailments such as skin growths, missing limbs, scabs, coughing up blood, and such. Some of the people have weapons. 5. The settlement goes quiet, and a small group approaches you with weapons drawn. A middle-aged, heavy-set woman rolls in from behind the armed group and speaks, her voice distorted by scabs covering her lips and face.
Who are you then? You come to stick us.
Alright, so I don't know that we can pass a level 4 challenge here.
Those filthy buggers.
We have a
They
scavenger
let you
in our
take
party.
kin and kill us. Why are you doing their dirty work, eh?
We should try to befriend the scavengers if we can, and maybe use them to help us take out the Red Ridge Bandits, who beat us up last time, and we're not very happy about that. Tell them...
Oh, you all high and mighty now, eh? I smell no mind itching on you. No flesh itching too? You all good flesh now, are you? How?
Our scavenger, it can basically talk to these people. Say that you follow the gods, so your flesh is healed. Tell them that you need to get a place called the Red Cave to do a job for the gods. Ask them to help you, and maybe one day their flesh will be healed too.
So they took you in, and you one of them now. Well, nice for you, right? So you will help your own men?
Tell them your old pack is dead and you go with the god folk now, but ask what they need help with. Yeah.
Much was taken from us, and we weak. No more strong ones to fight to take back. Can you help?
Say you'll consider it, but ask her to speak quickly. Yeah.
Fast as I can. Those Red Ridge buggers, they took our children. Last healthy boy we had. You stick them hard for us. Find our boy. We reward you. We give you bride, we give you goods. And you get rid of scum and go to your cave.
Okay. We'll do this quest.
Oh, good, good. You strange people, but good. How odd that is. Them bandits, they talk to you. They think you work for them. You give them this, my rod. You say you kill me, and you poison the buggers. Or just steal our kin back, or slaughter them. Either way, you'll get your cave, I promise.
Alright. So we can go back to the Red Ridge Bandits and say that we cleared these guys out. We can look for the kin. We're not going to be able to fight the Red Ridge Bandits. But maybe we can save the child or whatever. This is the... I think this is the spider camp. Yeah, you can see the spider webs when I zoom in. We can trade there. I don't have the movement to get there this turn, so we'll just move here for now. And then I can't remember if we dropped off our goods all the way up here and then headed down this way. I knew it was close to the coast, but I thought it was over here. It may have already despawned. It's hard to say. We'll take a look around though and see if I can't find those materials. If not, we can just gather some more. That's the other option we have. There's metal over here, and then there's this over there. So we could set up over here, and while we're doing the terrain artifact, maybe craft some metal. Although the tools didn't use metal, did they? They used wood, leather, and gems, all of which we are not very abundant in. And we have a fair amount of gems. little bit of leather. We are really low on wood. Alright, we're gonna have to... I think we might have to head up here to get some wood, to be perfectly honest. I don't see any wood down here. Alright. Let's end the turn. My allergies are acting up a little bit today, so hopefully I don't sound too stuffy, but... yeah, it's definitely gone if we left it over here. Alright, well, we'll head back this way. We're going to have to head that direction. And I'm out of movement again, so... nope, nothing to do here for a few turns. Point of interest. This could be good for us. I could spend a turn gathering leather while we're here. We might as well... I don't have the wood to really be doing that, so... let's go get some wood first. Investigate. Scout the room. Try to keep out of its way. Okay, herbs are good. Get all the way up to here. The day is clear, yet suddenly before you hangs a singular dark patch of thundering storm clouds. I know what this is. This is the toothache. We'll see if we can help this guy. Alright. We'll run into him a couple more times. And a couple of those encounters usually give us some type of a reward. Unfortunately, we can't move any more this turn, so... just auto-resolve this. Lost a little bit of sanity. That's alright. The Bee Slayer's over here. We should go grab that. We have animal kin. We can smoke them out. Ooh. Guess we'll accept the outcome. That injured everybody. I don't know why we were so bad at that. That seems odd. Alright, this child could get +2 wisdom, or we could give him perception. I guess we'll go with the wisdom. That'll give us 2 chances to roll a character that can potentially be a healer and or a whatchamacallit, Zerka, I think. Just in case one of them fails. Also, because we're injured, probably should set up camp here for a few turns. Or at least the turn that we're stuck here anyways, I think. No, we actually have some movement. We could get to a better spot for gathering. We'll have to take care of this later. I should have used the red one. We're not good in yellow combat. I keep forgetting how bad we are at it. We did survive a few yellow combats early on, but Alright, this is a better location. Let's check equipment and make sure that everybody has a gathering tool that needs one. That's probably good. Flat increase, flat increase, flat increase. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so we'll put her on wood. And she's actually good enough at gathering that I might take her gathering tool and give it to him. Yeah. She's still good enough at gathering wood that she can get wood in a single turn, so that's good. And then as far as the other characters go, I'll put 2 of these on meat, 1 of these on that. Maybe I'll take her off and put her on meat, and then she can be doing some crafting potentially. Since she has a high crafting stat, what can we craft, if anything? We don't really have a lot of mats. I do have enough to do something like this, though. I could also do that. But not much else. I'm 1 malachite shy of doing that. And this is not high enough, so you have to get this first bar filled before you can actually craft that item. So we really can't craft anything, apparently. I guess I could craft some more armor. I have a lot of gems. And then we have monster bone or blood bone. What does that look like? Slightly better shielding. Probably not worth our time, though. That's actually almost 9 shielding, and I can't craft that, so I guess we'll go ahead and do that. Put her on that. We'll spend a couple turns here and get that done. And then, once I have some of these mats and some more wood in particular, we'll be able to move on. Disable those for a little bit. We're kind of low on food. Not on quantity, but on variety. And then once Crafter Lady gets done crafting that suit of armor, we'll move her to food. There's a lot of these out here. Alright, the Choosen has leveled up. She has access to Hunter's Mark, as well as Luck. Hunter's Mark is actually a really good ability. I think I'm going to go ahead and start leveling that one up. And now that that's done, We need to send her to the cooking. Because there are several things we can cook again. So let's go with meat and herbs. We'll cook some hams. Some steamed hams. Alright. And then I'll switch her over to the other variety. Of meat and berries. Put her on that. That should be just fine for a little while. And now I think we have probably enough wood. And our injuries are healed up enough that we can continue to move this direction. The bear's lair and the bee's nest. Let's take a look at our characters. Everybody's healed up. Ooh, we got a master quality. That's even better than those robes. They're also fairly light. I'll throw them on the boy for now. And these ones we'll just hold on to in case we find another child, since we're kind of heading that direction. We were looking for the child. It looks like I don't have a marker for that one, so I'm not really sure where we would go to find her. Maybe we have to go back to the Red Ridge camp? I can't remember. I usually do one of the other choose your own adventure paths for that quest. I think we're ready to take on the Bear's Lair this time, and this time we'll just fight it. Auto-resolve, victory with minor injuries, a nice cache of bear-related materials, and we can get the bee's nest while we're at it too. Ooh. You sit down to have your evening meal. Your food looks off, better check it. You realize that your food is laced with, well, the droppings of a small creature. You spot a small furry creature running away. Leopold, screw that little bastard and kill him. Let's just get rid of him. I think we already ruined the curve game, so I'm not sure why this is showing up. Alright, we got a wooden club, and one of our characters is cursed. That's unfortunate. Clear the nest. Cool, some beetle jelly. Before we end the turn, let's disable beetle jelly as a meal, and let's use that to craft a couple of different items so we can get our variety higher again. We'll need to set up camp in order to do that. I don't necessarily need to set up camp here though. We could wait a turn and I can move up here. That would allow us to gather herbs. Or we could head down this way. It looks like we lost the cache of all the goods. I'm fairly certain. I guess they could be up here still. I can't remember where we dropped them off though. It's not that big a deal. Like I said, if we lose them, we can just gather more. There's sandstone, there's leather. I kind of want to get like a tier 2. There's tier 2 leather over here. That might be a good spot to head to. And then we can craft these gathering tools, which lets us carry a lot more weight. So, yeah, let's do that. Let's go craft some nice tier 2 leather tools, which gives us high group capacity. That means we need to wait a turn. I'll put my 2 best gatherers on that. We could probably do some cooking. I can actually cook beetle jelly and herbs. We'll see if we can get that done in 1 turn, and then research, we'll just put her on this. We'll wait 1 turn. Alright, he leveled up again. Protective Ward is a purple-blue shield, or sorry, yellow-purple shield. I don't know where blue is coming in. I guess the color of the icon. I think it targets up to 2, right? Is it 1 target? Yeah, a single ally. So you can give shielding to a single ally, or we could get more craftsmen. This is somewhat helpful. It helps us craft food and other items faster. And if he does become a craftsman, that would actually be helpful. Alright, let's break camp. I think we're in the groove now. I can move over here. And we can set up camp here. And do a small amount of gathering as well. And a small amount of cooking. Get some beetle jelly, and let's get that. And we'll get these 2 on that. And that will give us more variety and help us improve our morale. Alright, we can get to this tile. And I don't think I need to gather herbs, but I guess I could. Herbs are always kind of helpful. We could actually do some more cooking too. Since I'm gathering herbs, we'll cook some more of these up. Need like 50. Yeah, we'll just move you. That's enough. Okay. We did get another child. And a physical blessing. Go figure. We should check our inventory. Make sure our new child is properly equipped. A fur scroll. Yeah, why not? I don't have any tools for him. Alright, so we want to spend 1 point of movement to scout this. Investigate the south. Coal. Coal is very helpful. And I've got another point of movement to kill the bees. More beetle jelly. That's good. Alright. I don't have enough to craft anything with the beetle jelly. Actually, I'll save that because there is the potential to get some whatchamacallits. vegetables. And if we get vegetables, I think 3 meat and 1 vegetable makes a meal. Also, from this location, this is probably the best spot to gather the furs that we want for our tools. So let's go to here and let's confirm that we want to learn furs. Set up camp. Alright, get my 2 best gatherers on that. I'll get a gatherer on this, just so we're bringing in some herbs because they're helpful. And then new tasks. So I guess I can't really do anything with this at the moment. However, we do have some coal. Coal means that we can turn materials into other materials. If I wanted to, I could convert this mythical leather with coal into a lower tier material. I don't think that's very helpful. What else could I do? Could create lots of bone. Yeah, there's not really much I can do. So the coal's not that useful for us at the moment, at least. But that's fine. Since we're going to be here for a while, we should definitely get some research done. And I've only got 1 terrain research. That's a lot of turns. I don't think we're going to be here that long. But we'll definitely be here. Well, actually, we might be here that long, because I'm going to probably stick around to craft the tools once these get done. Now, let's do this. Fight the bats. Kill the bats. See a small entrance and gather some stone. Alright, another character's leveled up. She has the gathering trait, or we can level up trash attack. I don't have her doing a lot of gathering, but trash attack feels really bad. Actually, interestingly enough, trash attack increases gathering passively. That's something I didn't notice before. So it's not as good as this, but it is both an offensive ability and passive. So we'll go ahead and grab trash attack. Keep leveling that up. And I should have enough furs now to start my first tool. So if I go to crafting, and we decide to craft this solely out of fur, we get 42% multiplier to carrying, also increased rituals, and a 25% gathering buff. That's actually not bad for a tool that weighs 72 units of weight. I don't really have many other options that are going to be a lot better than that. Elvenwood, if I built it out of Elvenwood, it's going to weigh actually quite a bit less than the fur, surprisingly. And if I built it out of Malachite, That's really light. I could also build the lighter version of these. Those only weigh 45. Plus we can get them done a lot faster. So what's the difference in stats between 3, 25%, and 42? 7. I think we'll go for the better one. Let's add this to our favorites. And let's put our best craftsman on it. It'll take her 3 turns to craft a single one of these, which is fine, because we need to gather more furs in order to... Adding him doesn't really help at all. Research-wise, 8 turns, that's probably good. See if we can't get a couple of these made. And that will solve all of our carrying problems. Alright, those 2 are still working on that. But this was a very good tip. I appreciate it. The nomadic playthroughs definitely require a little bit different equipment. A trash quality. Well, that sucks. We'll throw it on her. And I actually have enough to start a second one. Our carrying capacity has gone up significantly, which is nice. Alright, the traumatic events of the last few days have made it clear that your child is a child no more. They now face the time of the cropping, the rite of passage into adulthood. Let's take a look. So we have some different options here. Our child has high strength. So this child is strong. They could follow the path of the warrior. They could also become a craftsman, a gatherer, or we could throw chance. Since we have 2 other children, I think I'm tempted to take the chance and see if we just get something lucky. There's a good chance that we don't. The path of fate is ever spinning in chaos. The child is sent away into darkness, and from it they will emerge anew. Begin the trials. Oh, interesting. Rejoice, they have returned alive. They do not speak of what befell them, but they return weakened and depressed, but also accompanied by a rat friend. Okay, let's view the details. So what did we get? A human scoundrel. Scoundrels are interesting character classes. They have some neat abilities. She definitely has a high wisdom, so maybe we try to focus on wisdom attacks. Intelligence and wisdom seem to be her strength. She could also be like our lead researcher, maybe? I don't know. Does this help with research? Not really. This one does, though, right? Yeah. The spiritual curse kind of sucks. I don't think that this one ever falls off. It doesn't have a timer. But there are certain things you can do to remove it. Cool, and we have a rat as well, so our party's getting quite large. Also, a second tool. Well. Equipment. Oh, she's already got one. This one can be thrown on the child. No? Too heavy, huh? The one that goes. Ah, there. Can I have anything more armor? So it's actually is all this stat. I don't really all right. Other got one. But if we did, and area